What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Portsmouth, with our Let's Play Season 7, Episode number 17. And I thought this would be a great way to kick off the episode. I saw this when it was on pause. We'll see if the fire department gets here in time. The trees should get put out by the helicopter service, I would hope. There we go. Okay, helicopter's taking care of it. Thank you. Lots of trees on the map. Lots of kindling. Let's get into daylight mode. It does look pretty nice at night. Actually, maybe let's let the cinematic camera take us around for a minute. So, I did a little bit of basic maintenance offline, which was painting some districts and making sure Old Town was stamped down everywhere, and it did a lot to reduce the traffic. It's really amazing. It's kind of a cheat, but it works. So Old Town policy, stamp it down in your districts and watch your traffic just drop. I think we're in the mid-70s at this point, which is pretty good, and it's lightened up the traffic around a lot of the intersections. You can see a lot more people getting around on foot, a lot less cars in these shots. We still see some. Let me get out of this. Let's make it day. 9:52 in the morning. And you can see I've got a couple bad spots. This is pretty rough here, and a lot of this traffic is just exiting right. So maybe if they weren't hitting the the roundabout here, that might help. Let's see where we're at. 80%. So this has become a problem intersection. Or I shouldn't say this has become. This was always a kind of a problem strip. But now that problem doesn't carry over into the downtown. And it's much lighter on this strip down here. Now we're still seeing a lot of traffic down off this diamond interchange. See, it's backing up quite a ways down here. We've got one traffic light there. Do we not have a traffic light here? We're just waiting for the right of way. Let's see what we got. Traffic manager. So they're on a priority coming off. Maybe can we also make them a priority? We'll see if that backs up over here. We've got the traffic light here. It's going to slow down some of the cars coming in this way. So I'm hoping that will help smooth things out. Today we've got to do some more residential. And I think it just makes sense to kind of put that in this pocket over here. Some neighborhoods along the coastline. We've got the golf course here. We're going to do nature reserve down on this peninsula. And then I feel like this is a little too dense for down here. So you get away from the city, but maybe we can just kind of pack in a little extra little city suburb over here. We'll have maybe a couple of dirt roads that go off to a couple houses, maybe a couple farms on the edge of the map. We've still got to work on, whoa. How's our fire coverage over here? That's not good. I did one other thing offline. I dropped in the ultimate recycling plant. So I dropped in a couple of the uniques, dropped in recycling plant and then deleted them. So we're still going to put the uniques in at some point, but I wanted to get them in so we could reduce pollution, so that we can handle garbage a little bit better. Might have to add some more fire departments. But today, let's look at it again. The demands are telling us what we need to do, and that is add more residential areas. So we'll come off of here. Let's hope that those fires get taken care of. And I want to kind of curve this along the coastline. And we'll just kind of run this up here, run it around the edge, and then we'll figure out where our neighborhoods are going to go inside of that. I think we could connect this maybe up to there. Like that. Have another road that kind of runs along this way. Out to the coast. And then maybe we can connect this one through. We'll also do over here at this intersection, since we've already got a junction there. What is this? Police station? I think, was it only telling us the police station's in the way? Yeah. So let's move that down. Get this down here a little bit. Can always tighten it up after the fact. And then connect that through. We'll get some streets through here. And any of these intersections, I guess we could kind of connect like that. Is this, oh, there's a problem. I wasn't exactly on the intersection. So we'll fill all that in. We'll give some cross routes. But this is definitely going to be a little bit lighter than some of the other pockets. I filled in some of this with trees. Some extra streets. All right. I think that's kind of good spacing. We want it to be a little bit more open as we get off to the edge of the map. We're kind of getting where we want for population over here. Certainly over here. We'll get a little pocket over this way. Not too much. And then we got to start thinking about Kittery. We got to start thinking about a university build. Airport. And 2 little townships here and over here. And then once we do all that, which is, you know, still a considerable amount of work, then we can start kind of detailing and fine-tuning, going back and cleaning everything up, all those fix-it-later projects. I'm going to connect these with some cross streets also. There's a lot of cars driving around here. I don't know why they would be pathing out this way. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, unless they're trying to get around the restrictions for Old Town. Because this isn't district yet. That makes sense. Do something like that. We'll connect these through, maybe. Wow, a little bit of lag there. So let's start painting that out. We're going to have to add a ton of schools through here. We're not going to need all this right away, so we'll zone off up towards the top and the downtown area. So I will paint this all out, or not all of it, but a lot of it, and we'll be right back. All right, so I did a little bit of zoning. I did a little bit of a key wall as well, because if we come down here, this was really low elevation, kind of right in the back of some of these houses. So at some point, I'm gonna clean up this entire quay wall. We'll raise it up to a consistent height. We might even use. There is. Let me ask you if I have it. This quay wall. Check this out. I don't know if I showed this on stream yet. This is one I downloaded. And we might consider changing to that. It definitely looks better, but here's the problem that I'm having. It has these odd walls based on how it's curved, and I couldn't get it consistent. I really like the wall a lot, but the fact that there's this railing that kind of jumps sides depending on how it's curved, I don't know. Maybe I'll screw around with it some more. But I really like the look. I don't like the behavior of the top half of that railing on that wall. But either way, we've got a bit of space built out. We've got our zoning demands pretty well met. I'll do the pipes real quick, and then I have another project that I wanted to kind of work on today. So with the water all set over here, we'll meet most of our demands in this peninsula for now. As industry creeps up, we'll start building that more towards the airport. But one little thing I wanted to do, I believe it's called Prescott Park, was over here. So I had some neighborhoods that were kind of coming up closer over to the water here. And I basically just made a straight shot road and deleted some of those. None of this was zoned yet anyways, so we weren't really losing anything there. But I wanted to do a little kind of a park, Prescott Park, but more of like a concert venue. So where are it's been so long since I touched the concerts DLC. Is it in this parks tab? I thought that it was. Uniques? Concerts. Man, it's been a while. So, festival area. We'll pop that down. Let's get right in the middle of the block. So where would that be? About? Right about there. Now, have we dropped any of these in? A media broadcasting building. We may as well drop these uniques in while we're at it. We can tuck this off over on the side of the map near our mall for now. I'll probably move that back. We'll do some streets back here. Separate out this a little bit. But there we go. A media broadcast building. Where was it? Uniques. I already forgot what tab it was on. A music club. Now we're getting a little bit outside of what's actually in Portsmouth, I think. I don't know if there's any music clubs up there. But we'll throw that on that corner. That looks alright. Good space filler. Oh, okay. Increases the success of concerts. So let's do that. And I think what we could do is actually turn this area into a park. Maybe we have some paths that kind of walk out by the water. I don't know that anyone will use them, but just to kind of decorate it a bit. So let's do that. I think it's called Prescott Park. I'll have to double check. If it's incorrect, we'll fix it on the next episode. But let's see, what kind of money do we have? 30,000 per period. Do we want to spend... How much does the advertising campaign cost? 9,000 a week. That's 12,000. It's crazy. At least until our festival area gets upgraded, it's good to kind of make the push to increase the popularity, and that will let us upgrade our little park down here. Demand-wise, we're doing pretty good. So let me know what you'd like to see on the next episode. Again, we've got a ton of different projects we could work on. We kind of run down them again. We need a little sparse population over here. And maybe this is too much of a grid. This is just too dense. So maybe I'll rethink that, tear this apart, and we need just kind of a small town in this area. We need to do a nature reserve. We need to do Kittery. And that is going to have like a lot of shopping and stuff, retail over here, and then more residential off kind of this way. There's a campus build that we need to do, and I still am a little concerned because I tanked the money on the last city I did that on really hard. So maybe I just expanded too much, too fast. And then we need to do another little small slice over here and over here. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what happened. So I've got my overlays are showing up on OBS all of a sudden. So you can see in the top right, I always have that FPS counter up whenever I'm playing Steam games. And that has been showing, as well as Discord pop-ups have been showing. And I haven't changed anything about my setup. So I have no idea why. Never mind. I do know why. Sometimes mouse. You're a fool. I had it set up for House Flipper, and House Flipper wouldn't capture the window right, so I was capturing the monitor. Okay, well, hopefully those weren't happening too frequently. I noticed a few of them. But either way, that made the FPS counter go away on the top right. You can see I was, what was I at, about 17, which is pretty good. Pretty good for where we're at settings wise. In fact, let's see where I left it off. Options, ultimate level of detail. So we're playing on the default level of detail distance wise, but I do have, I think, the graphics at 4K, everything pretty much cranked up, not 100%, but it looks pretty good in 4K. I don't, it translates pretty well to a sharp image on 1080p which is what I upload to. Maybe at some point start doing 4K footage, but it's not really worth the processing time to create the videos, unfortunately. It takes a very long time to crunch a 4K video down, at least for my rig. So at some point when I upgrade to a secondary rig, I could just, you know, let that hot burning garbage for your Friday. Tree's still going up. So what I think I'll do is I'll let this kind of fill it in with some trees, keep meeting the zoning demand over here. But let me know what you would like to see in one of those upcoming projects. The industry and airport area, one of the small townships. We could do Kittery. We could work on that nature reserve. Once we kind of get all those little projects out of the way, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down with a fine-tooth comb. We're going to delete all these extra mows. We're going to see where we have kind of repeating buildings and structures, and try and fine-tune it, and we'll get one crazy cinematic video out of it where we'll just take a slow-mo tour of the entire city. But we're still a long ways off from that. So new videos in the Let's Play every Monday and Friday, and maybe some occasional updates. I'm going to try and squeeze in some tutorials and other things in the meantime. And then every Wednesday, I'm going to be doing an indie showcase where I highlight a different indie game on the channel. So I've been meaning to, one, to share a lot with you, some of those games that I enjoy. And two, I just want to dive into more games. So I'm going to record it and share my experience and let you know kind of what some of these games are about, and you know, which ones I fully endorse and recommend. So kind of an odd episode today, and kind of a short one for Friday, but I unfortunately felt a little bit behind schedule today, and had to record this on Friday morning before my work day to try and get some content out there for you for the weekend. So sorry if it felt a little rushed, like this particular panning screenshot. Wow. Cinematic camera, not really hitting the mark on that one. I see a fire off in the distance. Of course, because a lot of fires this episode. Not sure what's going on out there. Do we have our smoke detector policy on, right? Policies. Smoke detector. Citywide. Don't know what's happening there. But we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on traffic too, because it's going up and down. There's still some of the same problem intersections. This one is getting really backed up now that we've added these new neighborhoods. I think that'll fix our problem, because you have all this traffic trying to come in and bypass that block to come up into here and then go into one of these zones. So that will free up this highway, which should stop all of this backup, which is actually backing up all the way onto here. So that'll solve a big part of our traffic problem. We'll let that play. Let's let it play at 3 times speed for a minute. See what that does. But I think I was about to outro. And surprise, surprise, I got distracted. So if you enjoyed the video, likes, comments, and shares always help the channel and are greatly appreciated. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. Until the next one, though, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.